Hello there, friends. It's been a very tough bull market so far. Can't even call it a bull market. Yeah, I mean, the bull market technically started when FTX went under in November 2022. But traditionally, when most people, when they feel anything in a bull market, it's actually altcoins going up. And we know that's actually the final 10 to 20% of the whole cycle. We haven't even had pretty much an others BTC rally so far. So technically, we haven't even started to get sweaty that the cycle's over soon, which, it's meant to start soon. It's meant to already have started, but we don't really know when it comes to these friends. People who claim to know about these timing, we look at fractals and then they get thrown off and then something changes and then we're like, oh, we'll use it another fractal. But that's ultimately what it comes down to. You still have to stay the course if you want to make it. We had an Ethereum freak accident, as well as I've coined the term. This is the others BTC. We had 4 red monthly candles in a row after Trump, man. After Trump. Friends, I literally thought we were going to get 4 green ones in a row. You thought that too. Everyone thought we're going to get 4 green others BTC in a row because we're cheap. No, 4 red once again coming back down. Now, this is the thing, friends. Sometimes, markets do things to you. By the way, there will be a day where you think it's over and then the market goes up 4 times in a row and then people are going to firm it back in. Yeah, just like how there are people now, I'm talking to the strong hands remaining and I'm like, are you selling? Are you cheating? And no, we're still here. But then, it's people on the outskirts. They sell and they leave. They just don't say anything. The market's going to be the market. As you've seen us ready for today, friends. So the SEC came back to Richard Hart. SEC, accept loss or start a new fight. So this pretty much is summarizing what's been going on. We have Blood Moon stuff out here. She's a 2, but she bought the pDAI dip. So checking it out, friends. Remember, pDAI coming around out here. Just look at this chart, man. You had all these dips. 1, 2, 3. We're on number 4 now. pDAI dip number 4. Many people coming out to say this time is different. Infinite money printing and all the. It's always a new story, bro. Always a new story. It's on Blood Moon, man. We've been talking about it for 6 months. We just know, just watch out for stuff. You just don't know. Bad news, weird things happen. And yeah, that's what's coming on. Also, shout out to my friend, Mr. Freedom, multiple 7s. In Dikemba, Maria said that Richard Hart was using Fat Tropa C while we clear the debt. So this was Maria back in December. This is December 2023. All right, literally one year, 4 months ago. Look what Maria said. Richard Hart has been using Nick Fat Tropac while we clear the debt. Clear the debt with us. This ties into the current pDAI speculation story because with pDAI, friends, as the chart price went down with here, there are accounts that have appeared and, people, basically what they've been doing is there's been debts in the system from Maker from when it got ported over. And they were paying off the bad debts. And I think they get rewarded in pDAI. And I think it was dumping and moving out or whatever. I forgot exactly what's been happening, man. There's a lot of things out here. I know a lot of people pay extreme amounts of attention. But you got it, man. From my perspective, it's just like you're going to forget about it in another few weeks. And there's going to be another story somewhere else. And if Ethereum's going up, we just got good news. Or, that's what it comes down to, man. So you got to be willing to survive through anything. Also, pDAI, friends, around from here is about, okay, now, obviously not financial advice. If it goes to 0, it's on you, all right? But it's 200x to $1 if it works from here. Remember at the top, it was around 30x to $1. Back down to around 200x to $1. I don't know if it'll get to $1. I don't know anything, man. I'm just telling you, I just take these bets, man. I see stuff cheap. I'm like, I like those odds. That's it. I like those odds personally. A lot of people run out of money. If you have stable coins, if I had stable coins, I'd spend them. If you had cash savings in the bank account, I'd spend it. If I had, let's say I was on the sideline, unallocated to anything. Let's say you got a Bitcoin and Ethereum stash. I'd peel from them. I'm going in order of thing. And then lastly, if you have dust on the sides or just altcoins, you can trim off. Let's say you got 10 coins, you just trim off maybe $50 from each or something, put into one pile and then allocate in. You can do stuff like that, but that's what you should be doing. And honestly, if people want to screw themselves up doing that, you do that because every time I say that, everyone's like, yes, cool. And then they don't do it during the time you're meant to do it. They do it later and they just pretty much destroy themselves. So, I mean, God bless you. You know what to do. And I've given you the strategy. Now, if we're going through hell, friends, which we are, I want to just give you this Japanese proverb legend. So it goes a little something like this. If you feel like you're losing everything, remember, trees lose their leaves every year. Yet they still stand tall and wait for better days to come. So this is Sommi tweet, but then Sommi tweet Japan. So, of course, friends, this is, thank you very much to the Japanese out there. I love Sekiro. That's why, friends, I learned quite a bit of Japanese culture from Pokemon. And I don't know if you guys ever had a PlayStation, friends, PlayStation 2, playing Onimusha and The Last Samurai. It's just kind of like that's how I learned Japanese culture. And as well, friends, recently playing Sekiro, all these games. That's how we learn about Japanese culture. It's kind of funny. But yes, we have been going through hell. Trees got to shed their leaves, and that's all we have to do too. I want you to think about this as well. Michael Saylor, friends, man, Michael Saylor faded Bitcoin when it was $400. All right, 2013. So he heard about Bitcoin, and then it came back in the news, and he makes his tweet. Bitcoin's days are numbered. He likes that tweet. I like that tweet. Thank you for leaving it up there. It's really, really good. All right, and then it goes up and does a 668x. Wild from that point. 668x, right? So yeah, if Bitcoin hits like 400,000 or 500,000, that means it did 1,000x after he faded it. But think about that, right? He doesn't put in, he puts in zero. He literally just puts in zero at the start. Now he's putting in $20 billion, man. He just put in 16 billion. He's going to put another 21 billion in. So just think about those numbers, man. It goes up 600x. You want to do billions of dollars now. That's how it is, friends, in markets, in the world, right? When prices go up, people see the thing as more scarce, and they want to, because they see it more scarce. Shout out to my baby girls in Ireland or Scotland, right? I love doing the accents, friends. I'm telling you right now, friends. Look, somewhere in my past life, I was an Irishman. Okay, not just any Irishman. I think I was one of the inn regulars. Like every day after the work in the fields, I'm in the pub. Top of the morning to you. Top of the evening to you. I think I definitely was, friend. Unbelievable. I think maybe a life before that, I was a Spartan warrior, somewhere in the Mediterranean, I think. And then probably before that, I was an Irishman again, just doing something else in Ireland. Maybe I was a potato farmer. Now, so thinking about these legacies and stuff going forward, friends, of Michael Chad Saylor, I've presented like just the pDAI chart here, and we have some peg nipples to inspire you for a higher and better future. What you actually notice, friends, is it doesn't matter like how smart or like high IQ financially or low people are. We all take the story really seriously. We put a lot of weight to it because it's meant to summarize everything that's going on in the story. We take it very, very seriously. Right? Look at Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin's tech does nothing. It's all about the story. Right? We talk about Satoshi with reverence. Satoshi. So with pDAI's narrative, the narrative, look, you got to have an outsider's perspective. The narrative is that it's going to get to $1 and that Richard Hart's going to peg it. Okay, you're not meant to look at how believable that narrative is to you. The way to look at these is to look how easily adaptable is that narrative. All right. How easy is it for the story to spread? Okay. If I gave you a narrative, but to figure it out, you have to solve like 5-dimensional 5D chess math equations, and you got to like go deep into a chain. You got to get Eric Waller write an essay about this thing called IOTA or Tau. You got no idea how the hell it works, dude. Like, how am I gonna get my neighbor into that? You know what I mean? Who's in Litecoin? He'll be like, hey, this thing's going to $1. It's going to, have you heard of Tether? USDT, what price is it? $1 dooney? What about pDAI? You heard of that? Oh, $1 dooney? Yeah, guess what, man? This one's going to $1. Now, you don't even have to say that. You don't even have to say that. As the price goes up, they invent that stuff in their head. Okay, this is the fourth dip, friends. The fourth dip. And there's other dips out here as well. It's just, it's got a big weight before these. Now, friends, 5 years ago, I remember where I was in my chair. I remember I got 3 phone calls that day. One of them was my friend Faisal. Shout out to Faisal. I do miss you, sir. Faisal called me. Yeah, I remember that. I was on this squeaky chair and he actually asked me, is it over? Yeah. And this is what happened, man. This is what it was. It was a zombie virus. Exactly, friends. It was 5 years ago. I can't believe it, man. I remember like it was yesterday. And I was just spinning in my chair. I'm like, look, it could be over, but if it's not over, we're going up only from here. I remember saying that, and like no one believed, and like, I barely believed it because like when you say they're like, no, they're locking down the countries, they're locking down the airports. It came from a bat. It definitely wasn't a Chinese lab where they're trying to change the infertility rates of people out there in the world. Also, something very expensive, very, very, very strange and real about the zombie virus. Okay, got to use code words. The infertility rate of women for every race went down. Okay, it made it harder to produce babies after, I think, the zombie virus or the vaccine. I forgot which one. I think the zombie virus itself. Yeah. Except for 2 races, which is very interesting. Jews and Chinese people. So Jewish women and female Chinese ladies, for some reason, their fertility rate went up. That was so weird, man. So the vaccine of Africa, that's it. How'd you get that? That's weird. Where'd that come from? By the way, it's not fun. It's actually, you can actually look it up. I have all the posts and stuff as well. I just won't bore you. I have all the science studies and stuff out here. If you go to, obviously, woke stuff, they try to dress it up. It's just really weird, man. Like, it tells you that someone out there, that we're no Chinese. They're trying to bioengineer this stuff. Friends, you ever watched or played Resident Evil, any of the zombie games? That's how the movies start, man. Someone's tinkering in a lab, and they're like, "Hey, what happens if I turn this guy's orange juice into like maybe protein water? What does that happen? Okay, all right, now let's go try it on an actual human. What about their blood? Okay, let's make their elbows round instead of pointy. You know what I mean? Like just start throwing out stuff out here. And that was the type of stuff that was going through our heads, friends. That types of fear and uncertainty, all of it changed. You wake up, everything's dead. Everyone woke up, everything's exploding. And then this type of the fear pornography that people, the doom porn, as I said, that's what like Arthur Gaze and a lot of other KOLs, they all hyper focus on this moment of time, friends. In this moment of time, they hyper focus on it, and they're like, okay, then the Fed cut rates 0, infinite QE, and crypto went up after that. That's what they pretty much, that's what they remember and they said, which is, it's fair enough and okay. After that zombie virus dump though, Bitcoin pumped like 30x. You got to include this cycle as well. But Ethereum in that last cycle, it went down to $100. So it did a 40x. I'm wondering if we had something similar to that now. Instead of like 1 month, we've had, instead of 1 month, we had like 4 months down. You got a lot of influencers out there. You still got Ben Copen calling for like a $700 ETH. They can go there, man. It can be. We just the thing is though, market's not free. If you keep focusing on the Bitcoin maxi, on all altcoins are scams and I should not touch them. If you keep focusing on that, just remember you are like it's a World of Warcraft character selection stream. You're choosing attributes, but like when you increase your intelligence, you're decreasing your strength. For example, right? It's that spoke wheel. Okay, you can't have both. You need to choose up or down. You can't choose up and down, right? You can't go left and right. You can't do that. Okay, so that's what it comes down to. So it's like it's in markets, right? Risk on or risk off. You can't go risk on and off. No, you mean like a balanced portfolio, right? There's a toggle of that. So ultimately, though, that's the way I see it, man. We've had Bitcoin dominance it's been up for 4 years in a row, man. It's been up for 4 years in a row, and you're trying to tell me this isn't bottom dollar, sale price, capitulation zones for altcoins? Come on, man. 4 years in a row. It's literally trained everybody in the world to be Bitcoin is the way, Bitcoin is the truth, don't touch anything else. And you know what happens when the market participants are stuck on that, you know what happens, man. You know exactly what happens, right? It's happened many, many times. And you know they end up getting wrecked. It ends up having a big reaction in the other way. But we'll see what happens till we get there. Now, man, last but not least, I want to cover some juicy Ivan on tech stuff. Shout out to Ivan.
Again, some people see it as bearishness, some people see it as an opportunity. Let's see the Pulse guys. Pulse guys, what the hell are you doing? Volume, this die. Oh yeah, this is actually the real die. Then you have this Fugazi die that they think is gonna repeg or something. It has 3 million volume. You have Paxos, which is also this like it's the Fugazi one, right? It's the copy, exactly. 2.4 million. I mean, you know, I mean, people on other chains, they create memes, they do stuff, they create new communities. On Pulse, I mean, they just trade this copied crap. When the chain forked, you have all of these copies, which are like stable coins and gold coins, Paxos Gold. None of it is backed or connected to the real stuff. And that's like the top like the 3 years in, it's still the top coins that these guys are trading. I love the Pulse guys. It's crazy. Like no one is as crazy as you guys. I don't know if it's good or bad, but it's crazy as hell. Like what are you doing, guys? This one is real USDC. See, you gotta know some basic stuff when you trade on Pulse. When it says DAI stablecoin, it's not real DAI. Like it's the old forked one, which is Fugazi. If it says DAI stablecoin from Ethereum, then
obviously I've been having some fun out here. This is the thing, friends. See, Ivan talking about that. I've gone through. And he's saying, "Oh, they're not connected. They're not connected." Ivan, I made videos for you, sir. What do you mean they're not connected? I've shown you the path how they can be connected. So let's actually have a look here, friends. So Ivan knows these, right? This is eDAI. Yeah, this is eDAI. Did like so? We just know. Okay. So Ivan says they're not connected. It's Fugazi, and so I know we're having fun. Okay, like before I've shown you the dip price charts. I go, you think that's an accident? Okay, of pDAI going up, 4th dip in a row. You've seen the charts, right? This is eDAI. All right, Richard Hart's got pDAI now. Yeah. And he's like, they're not connected. Nothing to do with it. Unbacked. Okay. Okay. What if I told you Richard's figured out a path to back it? To connect them? Would you believe me? You're like, no. No. What if I told you he's figured out the path? Would you believe me? Maybe if the price is high enough, you'd believe. Other people believing now. There are going to be new believers if pDAI gets to 5 cents, 10 cents, 20 cents. Oh, you're really going to start watching your friend Sommi's videos from a year and a half ago now, aren't you? And Mr. Decentralized Me and everyone else, right? And read Mesa 99 Capital's thread. So how do we connect them? Well, Richard's got Ethereum. Now, here's the thing. The first thing, when you have 170,000 Ethereum, yeah, okay, you have 170,000 ETH. Right, if ETH equals 10K, you have 1.7 billion. Right, that's pretty much it. So the first thing someone would ask is, why would you even bother to entertain the thought that you could connect? Because that's what you're doing, right? You're connecting. So how would these connect to each other? Where have they had something like backing it? Yeah, if they're connected. Yeah, because what backs the eDAI from the Maker Vault, right? Well, you're like, oh, it's saying or dollar, it's backed by assets or whatever. Okay. Well, what if we told you there was a way to link these? Right. Firstly, no one would believe, but yeah, you obviously know the pDAI story. Well, obviously, the question then comes, why would you do it though? Why would you do it? And then I went through the answer. I told you, well, if you have the PulseX website handing out incentive token, yeah, you can give an incentive to bond these two, right? And if you bond these two with like, here's the thing, there's going to be a wild card. It could be a failure, 100 million. It could be big, 1 billion, or it could be colossal, 10 billion. Any of these numbers here, okay? However big you can get that number to connect them, that becomes your rocket launch pad to literally send PulseChain up 100x plus 1000x. I don't even know what the limit is on the Ponzi stuff here. I don't know. Okay. So, but then you might ask, Sommi, why would, so this was a question always people ask, right? They always ask Sommi, if Richard has 170,000 ETH, why doesn't he just go buy like, why doesn't he just go buy the coins with all the money? Why doesn't he just do that and just buy the coins with the money and be done with it? Well, here's the answer, okay? I've made videos on this, okay? I give you the Eric Wall interpretation of what's going on in the next bear market. When he looks back and he's like, oh, I see what happened now. Okay, and I've told it to you. You go back here. This is a way for Richard here. Let's bring Richard over. Okay, let's bring Richie over. This is a way for him to transfer, you know, this 170,000 Ethereum, the purchasing power of it. He can pay himself this way. Why? He's got a lot of pDAI. Right? So the ultimate dictator of this story comes down to the fact that Richard knows at some point he's going to back it in the future, which means he's effectively bought $1 for like 1/1000th of a penny. He's bought $1 for a 99% discount. It's less than a 99% discount. It's less than 1 cent. At 1 cent, it's a 99% discount. So if the stories are true, okay, that's what Ivan's like, how does it all connect? Why would it all connect? And then you might say, so if you're myopic and nihilistic, you're like, oh, you're telling me this is a way for Richard to transfer part of the sacrifice into his control, part of it, and the community is enriched because everybody goes and pumps the bags? Yes. But what's the alternative to this? The alternative is Richard dumps on the way up. But I'm guessing what he buys the PulseChain core coins and he dumps on the way up. That's the alternative. But what I'm just guessing what he's doing is, because he's smart, right? See this 1.7 billion of Ethereum, that purchasing power. I believe he's got so much confidence. He thinks we can attract. So look, here's the thing, man. You know that 1.7 billion of Ethereum, that's 1.7 billion US dollars effectively that's your purchasing power. That is if he just bought the coins. If he does the peg pDAI route and he can get the bonding up, he's not capped at 1.7 billion. He can get this to 10 billion. He's probably thinking 20 billion, friends. Because think about this, right? Because there's 120 billion in the entire crypto industry right now of stable coins, yeah? What if it grows in this cycle? What if it grows to like 1 trillion or 500 billion? You know what I mean? Like, so imagine the numbers go up big. Well, that money wants a home to earn yield, doesn't it? It's literally just an ocean of liquidity. So Richard's bonding here, it's literally, friends, he's literally advertising to everyone. He's like, hey, billions and billions and billions of dollars. You want to earn yield? I got yield for you, bro. And he'll just toggle up the ink on the farms. He can toggle it up. Yeah. How much money are they going to need? Well, he'll find that out. He'll push the buttons. Maybe he's like, oh, if I see, the government's giving 4% yield. So you have to give it at least 4%. Maybe he's got to give maybe he's got to give it like 20%. But he just needs to get him in there. They don't have to be in there for like 5 years. They just got to be in there, just get in for like, they just got to be in there. They could just be there for like literally 1 month, friends, not even a week. Just get all that money in. Once all that money's in, pDAI can rotate, use their purchasing power of eDAI, and then that can pump up the bags and Hyperloop. Because all of it's bonded in. So does that make sense, Ivan and everyone else now? Now you get to see the speculation. Okay, so maybe Richard's like, $1.7 billion. No, I'm here to take over crypto. He's probably thinking like, look, if with this route, it's a wild card, isn't it? Look, it can go to 100 million, 1 billion, it can go to up to 20 billion. The world's your oyster. It's just it's basically, so with the Ethereum route, all right, you are limited by Ethereum's price only. That's it. Okay, you're limited by that. But in this route, in the bridging route, the pDAI, pDAI, yield farm, bridge route, however else Rich is going to do it, you're not limited just by Ethereum's price. You're limited by all the stable coins in the Ocean liquidity out there coming in. That's how much you're limited by. Yeah? So you just advertise to the world. Come and earn yield. Come and earn yield. Come and do it. That's also why it's advantage if exchanges support this. It's big. Because then people in the platform can come and participate. Also, maybe Richard's going to buy an exchange and just let people do that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, the more bonding that can happen to this, the bigger. Do you see now, friends? You can see. So this wildcard of the bonding, so it'll appear on like PulseX website, right? Which I'll show you now. This is the PulseX website, right? Obviously, the yield is very, very, very low now. Okay, ink is super, super, super scarce. Friends, that could be part of the plan. It literally could be part of the plan. He doesn't want a lot of ink out. Right? Because when we're ready for this game, he doesn't want people crushing down the ink price when he's trying to push the ink yield up high to make the number really big. Right? Because that's all you need. Because these are people, friends, they hold stable coins. You need their purchasing power. Yeah. So if pDAI is $1 there, if pDAI is $1 there, you just get you can get the bridge thicker and thicker. So maybe the first pDAI thing at the start, maybe it's only got $50 million linked up. Maybe. Maybe only 50 billion. And then, but if he toggles up the yield, he's like, oh, people are earning 40% APY, 40% yield on their stable coins here. And then that becomes 100 million, 200 million. People come in, you know. That's what it could be. That's one of the potential plans. That is part of the plan. Now, can it change and have some quirks and stuff out here? Yeah, it can change. But this is it. This is Hyperloop. This is the turbo loop theory. Okay, so that's why friend, I want to balance it out. Just to show you, we have Ivan, right? Lovely Ivan out here. He's wondering, like, hey, what's his Fugazi? So, by the way, you have a lot of memes on PulseChain. There's memes everywhere. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Ivan. You know, or you got cute cats and cute dogs. Huh. Do you have a pDAI though? It's a first cycle unicorn. You don't even know. This thing can go to 0 tomorrow. Yeah. You don't even think that about memes. You don't think, oh, Pepe can go to 0 tomorrow. You don't actually think that. That kind of tells you they're a bit older in your brain. You've seen stuff like that before. You ever seen that before? You ever seen that before, huh? A peganing may be coming, friends. Like, subscribe, baby, but I'll catch you soon.